Hello there, Alex Sievewright here, host of That Was the Week That Was it? Now, unfortunately, we did have a few technical issues with this episode. Internet problems. Basically, the whole introduction that I did went missing. It's somewhere in the ether, so if you do see it, please let me know. Also, there was problems with the microphone levels on the laptop that we were using, so our voice is a little bit boomy, mine and Emily's, so we apologise for that as well. So I'm going to give you the introduction again. Our guest for this episode is Miranda Kane. She's the comedian and writer who did the hugely successful Slaving Away series 1, 2 and 3 on Audible. Great stars in that, really great cast. We're talking Miriam Margolyes, Anthony Head, Jake Yap, Hugh Dennis, John Holmes, myself. I know, it gets a bit... The cast isn't that great after John Holmes, is it really? But... the reason I mention this is because there's talk of Miriam Margolyes and Anthony Head being dream guests for Miranda because she was a big fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so she really wanted Giles. But she also really wanted Scott Bakula to be in it as well. Now, he's Sam Beckett in Quantum Leap because Miranda's a big fan of Quantum Leap, which becomes very evident as well later on. There's also talk about my sex noises that I had to do for Slaving Away and how crap they were. Basically, when I did the sex noises, Miranda said after a few minutes, "That's really great, but can you do it like you're enjoying yourself?" So that's good critique, isn't it? So that's why there's references to my sex noises as well. There's a lot to cover in this, intro. But anyway, if you haven't listened to Slaving Away, please do. It's a really good series on Audible. Have a listen. It's good fun. And, this podcast does contain some very strong language and also some themes that people might not like. But other than that, enjoy. And you just use bits. Yeah, I can use bits that were great. So.
Okay. Cut out the sex chat.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I like that.
No, we'll get that. I can put it back in.
Yeah.
Take it out, put it back in. Take it out, in, out, just a little bit, and then just put the tip in, and then take it out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's Miranda Kane. How are you, Miranda?
Occupational hazard. Do you know what? Every time I do one of these things, I think leave off the sex chat, and then it comes in again.
Help yourself.
People just line them up and then I have to knock them down. I'm so sorry.
Is that what you used to do in your old job? For those that don't know, Miranda used to work in a domino factory. Not domino. What was it? Sounded a bit like that. How are you anyway? You good?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for letting me come on and chat about my week.
Yes.
Such that it was. Look at the legends that you've had on. What I loved so I listened to a couple, and I listened to your Charlie Higson one, and it had a gush warning at the beginning. And then I listened to it, and I think your gushing was basically, because you're so northern, so your gushing was like, you're all fashion. Yeah, not bad that. And that was it.
Yeah, that's pretty much me gushing.
Yeah.
We cut out the crying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought I was like, I thought I was embarrassing myself, but if that's the case, it was like you probably didn't even realise.
No. I don't think he knew that you'd ever watched a couple of episodes. Like, no, because you were doing like you had some of the catchphrases and everything, and you were very good at that. But it was just like for the warning that you had at the beginning, and then the northern attitude towards it was just brilliant.
I'm just trying to think, would Scott Bakula be the guy that did the cream horn JOI thing? Would he have been my part in the second episode? In the second series?
I thought you were meant, like, has he actually done jerk off instructions and been like on the internet? And like, if he has, I haven't seen it.
It's just him going, oh boy.
Yes. Yes, he would. Yeah.
He would. That was the most fun of that recording. Was doing that JOI thing. That was hilarious.
For everyone that doesn't know, JOI means jerk off instructions.
Jerk off instruction.
There we go.
Did we have to take a couple of goes at saying that at the same time? So I didn't think we got it right, did we? I can't remember. If I can say it at the same time.
Oh yeah, because you had to match it.
Jerk off instructions.
Oh yeah. That's a little.
He came back and told me what it was.
Yeah.
I bet he did.
So we're going to kick this off now. How was Monday for you, Miranda? What did you get up to on Monday?
So my Mondays are often dictated to by what happens on Sunday. If me and my mate Charlotte, like, we try and be good. So if we've been to, like, a bad weekend is if we've been to the pub on Friday night and then we don't do anything for the weekend. A good weekend is when we don't go to the pub, but then by Sunday we get bored and go to the pub. So
right. Moderation.
Moderation, exactly. At least we're not going like on both days.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So on Sunday, we'd been chatting about basically how boring it is being poor. And like, no one's got any money. And I don't mind saying I'm poor. We've just been through a pandemic. I do like comedy and writing, two things which weren't really that much in use through the pandemic, and events organising. So it's been a rough couple of years. And we were just bored of it. So we were trying to think of what I could do to make some money. And one of the things that we came up with was merchandise. So my Monday was basically figuring out what I could do to sell merch at one of the events that I run. And one of the things that I spent Monday having a wonderful time, because what I wanted to sell was a hangover kit. So it's got all the little things, like a little tiny toothbrush and a little tiny toothpaste and a little tiny paracetamol and all these things. And I just go mad. I don't know about anyone else, but I go mad for little tiny versions of things that are individually wrapped.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like hotel
you.
Soaps and hotel. Everyone's nicked all the shower gel and soaps from a hotel. So I just had a lovely time on Monday shopping for tiny versions of things that I could put into little hangover kits that
That's
we
a
can.
great idea.
I've got some here. I'm just.
Thank you. Oh yeah, what you got? Show me your
Disney.
tiny thing. What is it?
A Disney one. It's got little Mickey ears.
Oh, that's amazing. Is that shower gel?
This one is shampoo.
Nice.
I have to say, because like, as you probably know, you have to take them on the first day so they replenish them.
Exactly. Yes, that is it. That is the rule that you do for hotel stays.
And they know full well you haven't gone through a whole shampoo in that first day.
Oh, God, no. Yeah. No, it's in your bag.
They got a refill.
Exactly. So I just like my lounge now, because they've all started to come in. So my lounge is sort of covered in tiny little things. Look, I've got little tiny toothbrushes with tiny toothpaste. I know. And it was just, I know it's not entirely the most fun thing that I can be talking about, but tiny individually wrapped things.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to be? I mean, what's exactly is in a pack? I know you mentioned a couple of things, but what exactly is in?
We got the toothbrushes, toothpaste. It merged from a hangover kit into a Stride of Pride kit, because like it's. I haven't
heard of that. That is much better than the
walk of shame.
Yeah. It took me a second there to work out what you meant, and then I went, "Oh yeah, there we go." Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because it's a lot of singles. We get a load of singles that come to the club, and we're already we've got our third bun in the oven. So we've got 2 kids that have been made because of my events, and we've got another one on the way. So I've shoved in some condoms, a little sachet of lubricant. I couldn't do paracetamol because I don't know the laws around it. So I got Tiger Balm, a little pot of Tiger Balm you can get for your toe. I know. That
keep
also
them away
meant
from the condoms. Yeah.
That also meant that I had to get like an instruction leaflet.
Yeah, and the lube.
This is not
lube. Yes.
Do not mistake the Tiger Balm for the lube. Oh my God. Moisturizer, face masks. What else do we got? Oh, deodorant wipes. Did you know you can get like a deodorant wipe? So instead of, you can just like wipe it on your
I have
pits.
heard of that, but I forgot about it. But yeah, and people like at festivals and things use those.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Got one of that. Got loads of them. Little individual baroccas, like individually wrapped baroccas. So I know I'm taking care of my people, just making sure that they're and a face mask as well, like an actual,
Of course.
you know, for the Uber home. So
Yes, that's fantastic. I really like the sound of that.
yeah. So I just sort of like, you know, spent Monday on eBay because Monday I should have been actually doing some work. But I was like, no, why do that when I can go on eBay and start shopping for tiny things?
You sound so much like me. You sound so much like me, Miranda. I should be working, but I'm on eBay.
Yeah, exactly.
That is work. That is work.
It is.
It is. I mean, when I look at the profit margin, it's, you know, I mean, it's not great, but there's still a bit of a profit margin. So, you know, and it's all advertising, it's promotional material. So,
and what are you calling these kits?
I'm calling them the Club Indulge Stride of Pride kits.
Nice.
So this isn't an advert. I'm not telling everyone to go. I'm not like on fucking CBS or what CV,
no.
CV
thingy. QVC. I mean, the furthest letters away from what you were saying. But
my
BGT. Yeah, you're not on BGT or not in MFI or.
Oh my God, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, so no, I'm not like, oh my God, Alex, thank you so much for letting me show off my little stride of pride.
Yeah.
No, this was just literally like...
And yet, inadvertently, that's what you've done.
I know, what a twat. Oh my God, I'm so...
But no, I think that's a really great idea. And also, you're thinking about people's well-being as well. And you're just... Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm
That's
trying to, you know, I just, it's one of these things, like all these people that come to the events, they're so brave and they're so inspiring to come along. And it's like, I just want to make them feel welcome and they're, you know, they're safe, you know, because I think it can be quite hard.
For those that don't know, your club, you explain what your club.
So I run an event called Club Indulge, and it's basically for plus size party animals. It's basically it's like just for like fat girls. Really.
You didn't tell me about this.
I didn't tell you about this. No.
What?
I didn't.
Because I don't see fat.
Yeah, that bullshit.
I didn't. I have never said that. Yeah. And also, I have never done the quotation marks while saying it either.
And because all men are fucking scared, aren't they? They're just scared little boys. They can't go up to a girl and say, so I've seen this plus size club, in case the girl turns around and goes, what do you mean? And it's like, well, look, there are some of us who are just like, can you please recognise that it's a bit harder for me? Yeah, Life is a bit harder.
All right, maybe this is the gateway thing. Maybe this is me telling you about it right now.
Go.
This isn't going to go
out.
Stride
of pride.
Do the stride of pride. I mean.
Go enjoy yourself.
I'll look after the dog. It's fine.
She comes back and she's in another polyglot. That's fine. No, we've got, honestly, we're on our third child, second engagement, and like 15th polyglot. So
that's amazing.
I know everyone's fucking each other. It's brilliant.
Are they calling the children Miranda?
No, sadly not. I do keep putting the feelers out. I keep offering them a gold card if they do, but I just don't know whether that's enough for them. They're just like, no, I'd rather pay the tenner. It's fine.
Unbelievable.
So, I know, it's so rude. So we do events in London, and then we've just started branching out into other areas like Manchester and everything. So, and of course, you can find some fine merchandise at www.club-indulge.com. Nice. Oh man, I sound like an absolute prick.
That's all right. That's all right.
You can edit that out.
No, it's fine. No, I was staying in.
We're gonna take that soundbite and just keep inserting it.
That'll be just
I like an absolute.
And now an ad break.
I meant to come on here and just talk to you about how I watch like every episode of Real Housewives, because that's all I'm doing. I've just got that in the background.
So Monday you did that fantastic venture. Tuesday, what incredible thing do you want to sell?
Tuesday I did. Do you know? Tuesday, because I was a bit hungover on Monday, I put in a. Oh my God, I'm so old. I put in a noise complaint to the council.
Yes,
I know.
Yes, Miranda. Yes. Was it reporting yourself?
No.
Was that such an animal you were on Monday?
Oh my God.
I'd like to make a complaint to the council about myself. I was so loud.
I'm going to sound like a real grouch now. So I live right opposite a playground. Don't. Let me finish.
Edit point.
That's it.
The adverts are staying in, but I'm
done now.
They're having far too much fun over there.
Buy my condoms. I hate kids. Bye-bye.
It should be regulated.
Fun is just bad. I live opposite a little playground, but it's a bit neglected. And so every day, all day, every day, the swings go wee-ee, 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 wee-ee.
Okay.
And if like there's a particularly heavy child, it goes wee-ee. So it's just, I'm so sorry, I've just destroyed your amps there, but it is horrific. And so I've been putting in a couple of complaints now. I've been sending a couple of emails now just to ask someone to oil it, because I'm like, my friend said, why don't you just go out there with a can of WD-40? I don't know if that's entirely what it needs, and B, I don't want to be the woman who goes out to the playground with a can of WD-40. That is a level of persona that I'm just not ready for quite yet.
No, it's just better to be the woman who writes an email to the council complaining about the children on the swings.
Complaining about the fun. Yes.
Bolt cutters.
Yeah, you could be that woman. The woman with the bolt cutters.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was very close to it. I'm very close. If they don't go out and oil it. So I did a complaint to the council. And then what else did I do? I have to look at my notes because I don't really know. It's all about avoiding doing the hoovering and the washing up for me. I don't know what everyone else is filling their days with. Like normally, it is because I do like a lot of writing these days. So it is trying to figure out what I'm going to write. And like with the playground's lovely. Like that's given me some inspiration. It's so funny to see you see the hangover dads on the Saturday. They're out there, you know, with their cup of coffee, just like not enjoying anything. And then you see all the people, the goody two shoes who are trying to G up the kids, and they're doing face painting. And there's like such an array of people. And then I sit down, I think, I'll write about this. It's every human life is here. And then you just write some bullshit about the human existence and like, you know, what is it? The human experience. That's it. If someone's written Dear Deodorant Council, I'm not enjoying the fun or the human experience that is happening in this playground.
How the hell am I supposed to look at human people with all these people in the park?
It's supposed to be in a pandemic. Everyone's meant to be miserable.
Yeah, exactly. God, I sound like a right miserable cut. Oh, no.
We know you're not, Miranda. We know you're not miserable.
No, I'm trying not to.
I can understand how that drives you nuts, though. I grew up on a council estate, and on a council estate, you hear everyone else's business through the walls and in the gardens. And when I was a teenager was when everyone had started getting trampolines in their back gardens. And so every day, especially in the summer, every day, morning to night, you got kids bouncing on the trampolines, and that's all you can hear. Yeah. And that squeaking.
Yeah.
It drives you nuts.
Yes, exactly. That's going to be in my next series. That's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to write about the human experience, but on a council estate where everyone's got the trampoline. We eat.
Yep.
Yeah. And all the little heads bobbing up above on the little fence.
Yep, shouting at your dog.
Yes.
Can you leave her alone, please?
Now they're all the cunts that have got the fucking hot tubs because they could buy their council house.
Yes. Yeah.
The rest of us are all living in old council houses, paying rent to people who bought them up. I was like, oh man, complaining to the council about the fucking swings opposite. So I'm a comedian, ladies and gentlemen.
We should go there. We should go there 2 a.m.
Yeah, we should.
I just sit there on the swings, looking at Miranda's window.
Yeah.
Do it. See if you can find room between the teenagers, because that's
not
the
going
fun.
to fit on that swing.
I am not going near teenagers.
You see, I'm the one that doesn't like fun. I'm not going on the swing. I'm not going near teenagers. I mean, for you, Alex, that's fair enough, because you do look like a nonce. So I think that's...
Hello, kids.
Mind if I
have a go on the swing?
Yeah, go on the swing.
Do you want to listen to my sex noises? Please don't make me do it anymore.
I'd like, no, actually, I was about to say I'd like a copy of those sex noises, but then I don't know if I would.
No, we didn't even use them.
No,
so.
I know. It was pointless. It was pointless. But I've been practicing for the next series.
Oh, good. Well done. I'm so happy for you, Emi. Oh.
I don't know when.
No.
While I'm at work. Just sit there in the living room.
No, when you thought I was sat on the toilet.
Did sound like that. That's true.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah.
Well, that is right now. The neighbour who is in the room above us is just catching one side of this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh is fine. She's a free spirit.
We asked her the other day if she can, how much she hears us talking or noise and things in Pippa. And she says she hears Pippa sleeping. She hears her snoring. And I said, it's probably me you're hearing. She said, no, but it's in the middle of the day. I'm like, yeah, it's probably me.
Yeah.
Queen of naps. Yeah. Always have something.
But that's also it. That's part of the week, isn't it? It's when you're going to fit your naps in. It's this constant rotation of cup of coffee, have a snack, have a nap because I've had a snack, have a coffee because I've had a nap, have a snack because I've had a coffee. And it just feels like that's all I'm doing all day. That's why I'm poor, I guess. So that solved that riddle.
So, are you a nap fan then as well?
Yeah, I am a bit, but I have to do it properly. People who can I'm really jealous of people who can just lie back and close their eyes. For me, I like the full nap experience of going to bed and getting under the duvet, but putting an alarm on so I don't have to think, I've got to be up in half an hour. It's just no, this is total zen. Go to bed, and I know that I've got my alarm on, put on a podcast or an audio book or something, and then just let myself fall for it. How about you guys? Do you go for the snooze on a sofa?
I don't nap at all.
No?
I can't do it. I cannot do it. I am recently I've been having a bit of sleep trouble, if I'm honest. Last night I was up what time was it? Jeez.
I didn't look at the time.
Must have been about 4:30.
Oh,
it's before sunrise.
Yeah, and I have seen ITV got a very interesting program on about 4:30 in the morning, which is just relax time, and it's literally just vistas for an hour before they put good morning. I never knew this, but now I do.
Oh my god!
But you like a nap, don't you, Emi?
I love a nap.
Yeah,
and because Pippa has a nap as well, so I had a nap just before this.
Yeah, literally just before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was hugging Pippa. She her bum is the best pillow.
That's our dog, by the way, in case you didn't.
She has the biggest, squidgiest butt, and it is such a good pillow.
I always think, like, when I used to do there she is.
There she is.
Oh, if anyone's playing the drinking game, Pepper's just come on the camera.
Yeah,
it
happens every episode. But the annoying thing was, you going to go back in your place? No, she's not. Anyway.
No, you disturbed her.
Yeah, but I just can't nap, and I wish I could. I really wish I could. But,
have you tried the full nap experience? Like, not just the lying down on the sofa, but the full, like...
Oh, yeah.
DEFCON.
Yeah, I get in the bed. Actually, I tell Alex that I'm going to have a nap by beckoning him to the bedroom. I'm like, come here, look at this. And then I point to the bed, and then I make him put me in the bed. He takes my glasses.
Up to a point, it sounds really, really interesting. Doesn't it?
No, but it's just it's my nap time.
Tuck you in.
Yeah. Leave the room.
Oh,
but it's good.
That's
it's good.
So sweet.
It's a system. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you have you heard back from the council?
No, because it's Barnet Council, so they probably just, look at it and laugh.
Put it in the pile.
Another one.
They're not going to do anything.
Yeah. No, they go out and make them extra squeaky. That's what they do.
Yeah, exactly. They just put a horn on it, so it goes ha ha ha. Just really, and then they just
a bit like my sex noises.
Wow.
It really didn't.
I don't know whether anything's going to happen, but oh man, I sound like such a joyless twat, but it's right there, guys. Come on.
Just a little bit of oil.
Just a little bit of oil. We've got a really good counsellor. We've got a counsellor here because I'm in East Finchley, and we've got a really good counsellor called Arjun Mitra, and he's one of my favourites. He's got merch. He's got his own merch. He doesn't sell it. Someone else does. And because he does a lot of posts on social media where he's pointing at potholes and looking really angry.
Okay.
And it's so funny. I'm probably not explaining.
I think there's a Facebook group of people pointing at
potholes. Yeah, that's mainly going to be him, I think. Yeah. And he's just got a whole merch line about it. So if the Barnet Council don't do anything, then I am going to be tweeting Arjun Mitra and telling him to get out of the potholes and sort it out.
Point at the swings.
Point at the squeaky swings.
Yes.
This is just not the kind of legacy that I was hoping for, guys. I'll tell you that now.
Just a picture of him pointing at the swings saying, can you hear that? And everyone goes... No, it's a picture.
Looking sad.
in my list of what I did last week, the contacting the council with a noise complaint is a mere footnote, and we've spent an hour on it, and now I sound like a right joyless cunt. This is not good.
Did anything else happen on Tuesday then, or was it literally just taking over that? No,
I napped. I thought about life. I hated everything, and I moved on to Wednesday.
How was Wednesday, Miranda?
Wednesday was actually quite nice. I know. Well, we got some exciting news on Wednesday is because I used to do a podcast with the Metro and it was ignored. I think we've managed to get into that kind of slot in the company that you hear about on Festhole where you do a thing and then if you do the thing, you just get paid for it, but you don't have to do it very well. So they just sort of ignored us a lot. But it meant it never went anywhere and it was hard getting guests because it was just like, so you do a podcast with the Metro? Yes. But we've never heard of it. Yes. Why?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. So after I'd love to say a few months, but it was actually 3 years of doing this. We just said, can we start again? Can we just please have a new one? So we're starting again, and we got the go ahead on Wednesday. I've got an actual Metro email address now.
Nice.
I know. How exciting! So I look like an actual person because, going around with a Gmail address, I just look like an absolute conker. Who's going to take any notice of me? And it would be let's try and get some proper comedians and stuff like that. And so I'm contacting them on a Gmail address, and I just look like a spanner. No one's going to pay any attention. So now I've got an actual Metro address, and they've actually commissioned like a whole series, and they're going to pay for it, and they're going to give us a budget. And we got all the confirmation through on Wednesday. So that was very exciting. So Wednesday was just like trying to think of guests that we've got. We've got Cheryl Hole coming on our first one.
Okay.
So
Cheryl
that's
Hole.
quite nice. Cheryl Hole. Yeah.
Not
Do you know
Cheryl
what?
Cole.
You know. No.
It's
You're not a Drag Race fan.
oh,
then.
okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm aware of her. Yeah, no,
Got it.
No, notorious drag queen Cheryl Hole.
Right.
Good one.
So
That's better.
yeah. So that was quite a nice little Wednesday. So Wednesday was just, and honestly, because I'm so used to being self-employed. So if I want to do a thing, I'll just do it. If I'm like, oh, I want to do some merch, I'll just be like, right, well, let's just do it. But because it's now with a whole team of people, it has to go through all that, and it's just like I just want one thing. Just one thing done, and to get it all done, it's just like, oh no, this is now a massive saga, and it's been miscommunicated, and I'm on an email, and I'm just like, oh, this email chain is 342 emails long,
back and forth.
Yeah. So I'm slowly having to try to work out how to work with other people, which it's never been a strong point of mine. I'll be honest.
Well, they'll learn to accept you.
I fucking have to, I tell you that. That's what I'm good at, making them learn.
Yeah. Well, that's really good news. That's fantastic. I mean, how do you find the whole asking guests to be on the podcast? I'm talking as a professional here. How do you go about it? I want to know if it's different to my approach, which is just awful.
All right, want to be on my podcast?
Pretty much.
Yeah, all right. Yes. I'll try and make you sound a lot like a twat. Oh, thanks, Alice. That's really nice. Cheers.
Don't guarantee anything. Though.
All right. Yeah, exactly. I find it can be quite hard. I have to set myself up for it. Like I'll have to put aside a day. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just like, this is my admin day of reaching out to guests and just getting it done. I'll very often rely on a template.
I've got one.
So it's try and make. Yeah, exactly. So it's like nice to have your first personal bit of like, hey, Alex, would you like, so I listened to your podcast, and I really enjoyed it. And I particularly like this episode on such and such. So I wondered if you'd like to come on my podcast. Template of what the podcast is, and then a sort of like option of what date and time they can come. But it is horrible because it is, sort of asking people to take time out of their busy lives and to come on and try and do a thing, so it can be a bit tricky. A lot easier now with Zoom and being able to do it remotely. That's been quite a nice thing
in theory.
So in theory, in theory, when you signed up to the neighbour's internet, it's great. So it can be quite cheap, but you're doing all right though. You've had loads of people.
I feel like I'm doing okay. I just my pool of contacts is beginning to run low now, and I'm just wondering if I can coast on.
That's why I'm here.
Not at all, Miranda. As I said before, you were very high on my wish list. I was waiting for you to become available.
Well, in mockery, Greg Proops, this guy.
I really feel like I blew my load on the first series. That's all.
Always happens.
I mean, there's been the odd surprise. I mean, you don't know until you ask. That's the thing. You don't know what they'll say. I mean, I've had the rejections I've had have been quite. There's been quite a few of them, and it has been quite impressive. They've all been really lovely about it, but it's just been very. Yeah. If I could make a podcast of the guests that rejected me, that'd be amazing. But
at least they're getting, like, if they get back to you, I think the thing to remember is that inherently people are nice, and especially when they're in a creative industry, they do just want the best, and they are, like, I've seen some smaller podcasts get some massive people on.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like they just, they are inherently good human beings who are just like, I've got an hour free, yeah, that's fine. And so you might as well just keep asking and hope for the best.
But I'm very happy for you about the podcast, though. That's great.
Thank you.
And that's I'm just.
It's made me think about my email address, though.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to, like, was it tweet?
Yeah, tweet email
address.
Yeah, TWTWW. I still can't do it. TWTWTWWI. Twitty. Twatty.
Is that your email address?
Well, it will be. It's not at the minute. It's I shouldn't give it out. Anywho, it's always funny when you get a guest's email address and it's so obvious as well. I've had so many of them where you just go, oh, it's like so and so at hotmail.com. You're like, oh.
I know. You need to try going incognito, didn't you?
Yeah. Or like when you go to, you think, oh, I really want to get this guest on. And then you go to their agent, you try and find their agent, but it's like, find someone's agent by paying $4.99 on IMDb or something like that. But then you're just like, well, let's just try Adam at adambuxton.co.uk, like, for instance, or something. And it's just like, oh yeah, straight direct email to them, you know. Oh, should have just done that in the first place. Fucking brilliant. Great.
But it's only when you get some random guy on. You're not who I thought you were. Not again. Did you do the voice? No.
That was your week.
I'm the ornithologist version. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Wednesday, constructive, nice,
constructive. Thank you.
Thursday, what was that like, Miranda?
Oh man! So Thursday, I woke up inspired by Duncan Jones. Duncan Jones. David Bowie, who directed Moon.
He did.
And he had a tweet up. He put a tweet up saying, oh, sometimes when I'm trying to write something, I have to write something else and get that out of my head. And he put a thing up just saying, oh, if anyone knows the makers of this game, and I can't remember what game it was, but he had written like a prospective script for this game. And I was just like, you're Duncan Jones. And you're going on Twitter just saying, look, I really want to write this script. Does anyone want it? I'd really love to do it. And it's like, that's amazing. And that sort of inspired me to go down my own like little rabbit holes, because like I've kind of had a few, I've had a bit of writer's block, and I'm not, I'm a bit like coming back into the new year. And sometimes when you open up the laptop and you stare into the screen and you think, I haven't done a master's in script writing or anything like that, but it's like, I know I've got a story that I want to tell, so, but I was like really inspired by that, and I was like, well, let's just try. And so I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, because one of the things that I like to do as like a writing exercise, I've got like an ongoing, and I know I've said it before, and I'm so sorry, but we're bringing him back. I've got a Quantum Leap pilot episode. So I'm putting it into the world that I've got a Quantum Leap pilot episode ready to go. It is, and I really want to put it out into the universe, just like Duncan Jones did. And I really, because it's one of my favorite things. And sometimes I'm not going to lie and say that that I haven't also done some slash fiction for Quantum Leap, because obviously.
I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I was thinking, yes.
Obviously.
So could you read some for us now?
Ziggy says, take your pants off.
Have a go on my handheld device. Oh boy!
He whacks it hard because it's not working.
If you don't have this orgy, then you're going to change this person's life in such a drastic way.
There is a whole section on the White Room. I've just called it the White Room, and there's a lot that happens in there. So. There is, because all these people are leaping in, and when you think about it, like, what is happening with these people? I always think, because some of the best things that I've seen in films and TV have been things that have been written by the fans. So, like the new Star Trek, or the new Star Wars, they're fans. They're people who grew up with this, and they want the best for the characters. But when they want to try putting these characters in different situations, and so I, as a fan, was like, I want to do Quantum Leap. I want to bring Sam home. I want to do it. But hopefully after 8 series and a couple of Emmys. So what I've explored a lot more is these people who, so Sam leaps into the bodies, but their consciousness gets into his body. And we only sort of really touched on it a little bit in the original series. And I think there's a lot more to explain and a lot more to investigate on that. The evil leaper, I know exactly where the evil leapers come from. I know who's doing all that. I've got it all sorted. So fuck the merchandise. Don't bother with a couple of condoms. Come to me, Donald P. Belisarius, Scott Bakula. I am ready to go. So I went into this was my Thursday. I went into a massive rabbit hole. I saw this tweet, Duncan Jones. I was like, well, if he's going to do it, I'm going to put it out into the universe. Went onto a massive rabbit hole, found out who's got the rights, sent a tweet to him just saying, please, come on, please. Like, I even made sure that my Twitter bio was like, oh, I've got a writing agent. I'm repped by Nighthawk Agency. Just in case he was like, who is this random sod coming at me saying she's going to write me a Quantum Leap episode? So... So that was my Thursday. And then, because I'd done all that and I was a bit like, oh my God, is this happening? And like, am I, what the fuck am I doing? It's Thursday and I've gone down a massive Quantum Leap rabbit hole and I'm 40 years old and I shouldn't be doing this.
And the hoovering's still not done.
So hoovering's not done.
The washing up is getting worse.
Series 8 of The Real Housewives. One of them's like pretending she's got cancer and I'm in it. And just the washing up, the cat is just like, don't know where the cat's gone. She's fucked up. So Thursday, I did what me and my friend like to call the Lonely Zoom Wine Club, the Lonely Zoom Thursday Wine Club.
Nice.
Which
I
is
can
where,
sort of imagine what that is.
Which is where you do the hoovering and the washing up. Yes. Yeah. No, I think it's fairly self-explanatory. So you go, you work yourself up, you do the Lonely Thursday Night Zoom Wine Club. And then because you've done the Lonely Thursday Night Zoom Wine Club, you go back onto Twitter and you go back onto Instagram and you really push it in this time. You really make sure that the universe knows that you want to do a Quantum Leap episode.
Yeah.
So basically, I just made a tit out of myself is the answer to Thursday.
That's a real shame.
I'm wondering if that's what my friends were talking about, because I know some of my friends, like, they started... even though I had mentioned slaving away because of Alex, at one point in our films, TV and books group, someone started going on about slaving away. And I'm like, yeah, I know about it. So like they all started listening to it and things. I'm like, yeah, listen up to Alex. But they started talking about Quantum Leap this week. And I wonder if they saw your tweet and that triggered it.
Yeah, see, I'm not lying. This is actually what I did do.
Wow.
Oh, see, circles within circles within circles.
Oh, well, Emi's going to get to the bottom of that. I can see. Try and find that.
They were talking about it.
Oh, so. I didn't know about this. You see, I didn't tell you about the party thing that. And you didn't tell me about slaving away being on the.
What, that my friends were listening and telling each other to listen to it?
No, you didn't.
This is not the first time I've caused a divorce. So
yeah, you go on about the kids being born, all the rest of it. How many divorces have you caused, Miranda? I should answer that.
think this is the first live podcast one.
The divorce podcast. Featuring Alex. And that's
gosh. Yeah.
Sorry, the audience are crap. She took the mic.
I found the quantum leap conversation.
Mm.
Oh no, it's not you.
Oh, well, fuck him.
But it's not news you want to hear.
Oh.
What is it?
It says here.
Oh, is it because Al died? Was it from when Al died?
It says Quantum Leap sequel pilot greenlit by NBC.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
But I know.
Dirty,
I know.
dirty,
but,
underhanded.
But even though it's not my pilot, I'm still willing
It's a spin-off.
To write it.
Exactly. I've got a whole host of erotic white room ready to go.
Hey, if 50 Shades of Grey can get out there.
Exactly.
No, yeah, you know. 50 Shades of White or 50 Shades of Al, or whatever it is, or 50 leaps of...
I'm just imagining now.
Go on, Alex. Go on. It's your best quantum leap double entendre. Because I have tried and I've still not got there.
Give me a minute.
So...
No, I got nothing. No, I got nothing. But I'll get back to you on that one. I'll have your title by the end of the evening.
It was his spandex onesie, I think, that was the real inspiration for it.
What was that episode?
Because whenever they leapt into the white room, whenever Sam...
in the white room?
Right at the beginning.
I thought that was an episode where he became a ballet dancer or something. Or, probably was.
No, but there is now.
Yeah.
No.
Every episode, he's leaped into someone wearing a leotard.
I think, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, the Venn diagram of the people who are listening to this podcast and the ones who are Quantum Leap fans is a lot closer than the ones who are listening and who are Real Housewife fans.
Probably.
So I feel, we're on solid ground.
What if Sam jumped into one of the Real Housewives? I mean, leaped into one. I mean, there's no way of wording that right, is there? What would he have to do?
That would be amazing. So first of all, he'd have to figure out where his alliances lie. So who is his friend and who is his enemy this week? Because it changes all the time. It's so psychological. You don't know who's going to be, bitching with who and what's going to happen. They'd probably have to stop their husband from being a massive man baby. Because that's basically all they are. They have to be quite strong and forthright. None of these, there's only been one gold digger and she is quite good. So if Sam leapt into the body of Erica but she's from Beverly Hills Housewives, then he'd be doing everyone a bit of a solid. This is all very boring, I know, but now I'm thinking about it.
I'm just thinking if he leapt into the body of the husband of the gold digger.
Oh, he'd just go off and have a nap. That'd be very boring.
Yeah, probably.
No,
they're all... It'd be a bad episode.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
the husbands are shit. They're all just.
Well, I've never really watched it, but every clip I've seen of it, I've never seen a husband on it. I just figured they were all married to each other.
No, they just don't really feature the husbands, quite rightly, because they're all just a bit boring and
they're not in the title, are they?
No.
They're not in the title.
No. This isn't the Real Households of Beverly Hills. No. Give the women a try. But so Thursday was basically disappearing into a rabbit hole and then getting drunk with my friend on Zoom. Yay!
All because of Duncan Jones. He's got a lot to answer for.
Why would you, I know that his name was Zowie Bowie, but why would you change it from Zowie to Duncan? That's what I don't get.
I know, it's so boring.
Hey, Duncan, come on.
I know. Yeah.
I do know something else that I did on Thursday though, which
go on. Yeah.
So I did
we need more content.
Because you haven't got enough. So
what we can use.
It's all talking about your sex noises and you're too shy. So
squeaky swings. Anyway, yeah.
Just drop it out.
I'll just edit it around to say you contacted the council about the noise of my sex noises and stuff and get it.
You're asking people about their week in a pandemic. Oh my god. So Thursday.
That's where it started.
So Thursday, because Wednesday we got the go ahead for the Metro podcast. Thursday, they then said we're going to film it because that's what people do these days, isn't it?
Yes, they do.
So they were like, we're going to film it. And that panics me because I, at the beginning of lockdown, shaved all my hair off, as you do. But I did it because previously I'd had an undercut. And then because all the hairdressers were shut, so I couldn't keep it up, but it gets really itchy if you grow it. So I got my own clippers and kept trying to do it myself, but then it went sort of like up and up and up and up and up.
You went too far.
I went too far, and then I just had
up with a top
I had a comb over. Even worse. I just had this sort of flappy comb over like that, and so I had to. I just went, well, no, I'll just shave it all off and see what it looks like. And I really liked it, but it was, it's like, well, let's grow my hair. So I'm in the middle of growing my hair back, but at the moment it's at that awkward length that I can only describe as chubby Hitler. So I've got quite a prominent what's it called?
A side parting?
Side parting. Yes, hence the comb over flapping about. So I've got quite a prominent side parting. So this bit just sort of falls like a Lego man Hitler on a fat girl face. So I was like, I'm not ready for that to be filmed. So the only thing that I could come up with was to get some clip-in hair extensions. Have you ever had any experience of clip-in hair extensions? No.
No, me neither.
So I started using them a few years ago, and I used to buy these ones called Remy clip-in hair extensions because I was very aware I don't want to get human hair don't get human hair extensions. You don't know where they've come from. You want to be very ethical. So I thought Remy hair extensions were fake hair, and that was fine. And it was only when I was shopping for some this time that I found out that Remy actually means that it's just never been treated. So it's never been dyed. So not only have I bought some actual real human hair, but it's off a human that's never had any fun. So she's never been able, she could be a he, they
could well be a he.
Never been able to have any fun. And I'm sort of like, because I'm sort of a bit mortified over where I've been getting my hair extensions. Because I just thought Remy just meant like some sort of fake, like, I don't know, like real excellent.
That's the guy's name.
Yeah,
Remy.
That is the guy they get it from. It's Remy.
He just keeps growing hair. He's like, please take it from me. You're doing me a
It won't stop growing. It won't stop growing.
Just from all over. Yeah.
This poor guy.
So on Thursday I ordered some hair extensions. Friday they arrived, and I got to see what they actually look like, and I am now haunted. I am cursed. I am.
Are they short and curly?
I don't know whether you've ever felt a dead person's hair, but oh my god!
Oh my god!
When I used to get them, because I used to get them from a shop, so I'd see them in the shop, and they didn't look human. These ones are from Amazon, and they oh my god! They might as well have their own dandruff.
So are these the Remy ones?
Yeah,
that
turns out they're all Remy. Every time I've been looking at Remy has meant it's human hair that's just never been dyed or had bleach on it, or has lived a life outside of a Chinese prison. So I've now got these hair extensions that I'm sending back. Even I'm very sorry I bought them. I'm so sorry that I was ignorant and I didn't know what Remy meant. I thought Remy meant fake, and it doesn't, or it was just coming off Remy Malik and just shaving it off his face. So now I've got shit hair and no hair extensions and cursed hair extensions. I don't know.
I'm interested now. How much were they? I might order some.
They were £39 for a full head. But when I say
a full head, Oh, hang on.
Send you a head.
Yeah, you just get a scalp.
When I say a full head, it's not pretty at all. Like they clip in, so they're just sort of little lines. So when you get a hair extension, what you have is you have several lines of hair. So, and the reason why I started using them was because it's just easier to style them. So if you walk in on a woman at the wrong time of the evening, all you'll see is this hair curtain.
A bit like bunting,
yes,
is it? Or...
Yes.
Hairy bunting.
Hairy bunting.
Hair curtain.
Caution. This podcast contains hairy bunting. Women's hair curtain.
Dorothy, how fitted your hair curtain today?
I'm just straightening it, darling.
Well, do it quickly. The milkman's nearly here.
So, not nice. So I've got a hairy curtain hanging up. Now I'm sending my hairy curtain back because
there's the isolated audio, the sound bite.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to the person it came off, and now it's going to go into like an Amazon tip somewhere.
No, it's going right back to them. It's going right back to them. And they're going to Frit stick back on.
Yeah,
they're going to Frit stick it back on the
red.
red.
The only thing, I try and because when I first had my hair cut off for an undercut, when I was doing it, one of the people, because I went to this very sort of arty barbers, it's called Open Barbers, and they're very gender neutral and everything, and lots of arty people hang out there. And so one of the guys, when I was getting it, because it was quite long and it's very thick, and one of the guys picked it up and said, "Can I have this?" So I feel like I've given my hair to the world. And now I get a hairy curtain back. Thank you.
That's something.
Yeah.
You did something because you had incredibly long hair for ages.
Yeah, I've always had really long hair. So and I don't get it cut very often. So it was last year, wasn't it?
It was last year.
Finally last year, because I hadn't cut it for the whole of the lockdown and prior. And so it was to my bum, and tickling my bum. So I got it cut to my shoulders. Yeah, and I haven't had it cut since again, so it's kind of got longer again. But that was quite a drastic cut for me, and that was for
Amazon.
Was it Little Princess Trust?
Oh,
yeah.
So,
so someone is going around with I presume it's treated. This one.
Well, no, you're not allowed to have. You can't donate to.
Okay.
Hair. So that bit wasn't. No. So I had to have I can't remember, a certain amount of inches of untreated and no split ends, which that's half split ends anyway.
That's hard. So, no split ends.
So that poor child.
So it looks at it. Thanks.
Sold it on eBay. Now I've got it. Brilliant. Thanks.
Yeah. You sure it was Remy and not Emi?
Emi.
Oh dear. So Friday, you said it arrived on Friday,
yes.
So I guess that was the mortifying part. But that can't be all that happened on Friday, is it? Surely, Miranda.
Do you know what? Friday, I left the house. Oh yeah,
good Lord.
It only took me a week.
Wow.
I know. I left the house and I went to the gym. Oh my God!
It's just getting weirder. Who am I talking to?
Oh my God.
I know you said that you was going to make up that you left the house. Are you just running with it?
Absolutely. It's Thursday night wine club the night before. Do you think I left the house and went to the gym? Were you fucking
Nothing more than the gym. 6:30 a.m.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that deceit lasted all of 5 seconds. Great. Really sold that one, Kane. Nice.
How is the sauna there?
Delightful.
Yes.
Me in my bathroom when I got the hot tap on. No.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Friday was my accursed hair extensions.
Yep.
Oh no, my cat! I got new toys for my cat. So yeah,
Is it the hair?
come on, Pepper, have a little hairy curtain. Hairy, come on.
Oh, you can pin it over like the cat's, like if it has one of the like cat beds that
Oh yeah, box cat
you
bed.
have the hairy curtain for it to go
Yeah,
into.
curse my cat's house as well. Yeah. No, no, she's my cat's a rescue, but she gets agitated really easily. So I have to sort of keep her entertained and occupied. So I've got like more cat toys hanging around the place than my own toys. So we basically spent Friday testing them and seeing which one she'd ignore, which one she might play with, and which one she'll just piss on. So that was lovely. It's really nice.
Nice. It's good to get them, in the right order, isn't it?
Exactly. Don't get them mixed up, though. That's not.
No, definitely not.
That's
Definitely
not
not.
healthy.
That's pretty sweet. What's your cat's name?
It's Pepper. So you've got Pippa. I've got Pepper.
Yeah.
Like a little spicy pepper.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what my Instagram feed is currently filled with. But it's so nice to have a pet during lockdown. I don't think I would have been the same like without one. I got her a year ago, but before that it was just, I don't know, because I've been traveling around on my own, and even just having a dog or a cat or just something there that's a little life that keeps you going, that wakes you up in the morning and is just so sort of dedicated to you, and you're dedicated to them, hopefully, and it just makes life so much nicer. And even though I mean, I know I fill my Instagram feed with pictures of her, but everyone can go suck it. I don't care.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different to anyone else's Instagram. Really.
No, exactly.
I mean, if it's not pictures of their pets, it's pictures of their
dinners,
pouting faces, or dinners.
Yeah, and of course you're going to come and look at the ex-sex worker Instagram feed and see pictures of a pussy. Way!
Yes.
So yeah, we did that, and then by Friday all the little tiny things started arriving, so I could pack them all up.
Oh yes, of course.
I could start looking at them and being really happy that my flat is filled with
You're not going to give them away. No. You're not going to get rid of them. You're just going to hoard all these tiny little things.
Just going to use one moisturizer sachet a day and one tiny toothpaste a day, and just keep doing it that way. No, So Friday was just starting all that, and I'm one of these people though where if I get like one little idea, then I think, well, how can I make this a big idea? And so 1 minute I'm packing up little tiny toothpastes in a bag, and the next minute I'm like, how much would a heat press cost to make my own tote bags? And do you know what I mean? It's just like,
that sounds awfully familiar.
Do you have a Cricut machine?
A Cricut machine? No, what's a Cricut machine?
Or Cricut.
That's the mugs. That's the mugs. I know that because I looked for one.
The mug thing.
Yes, I did look for one.
I got one last year, which I've used 3 times, I think. Cutting out vinyl stickers and things. So our plugs have got little names on them.
Yeah.
That was my test, was making little names for the plugs. So the plug for the kettle says kettle, and the plug for the microwave says microwave. And just things like that, various things. So that was my test, but I don't want to waste any of the vinyl because, like, I've seen people peel away what they need, and then just the rest just gets discarded. And I'd rather just try and layer the shapes I need to try and use as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I want to make stickers, but I need to get a printer now for that.
Oh no, if only you had a podcast you can make merchandise for and start putting them all to use.
Yeah.
If only we had people that would. If only we had people that would buy it.
This is your chance. Oh my God.
Yes.
We can
Come
team
on.
up and start selling merchandise everywhere.
Yeah, no.
You know?
I'd love to sell merchandise. I'd love to make money off this podcast, but
You don't know unless you try. Like, I was the same. I was just like, no one's going to buy. Why would anyone buy merchandise? But we've already had like a couple of orders in. So, and it's, even though it's not much, but it's like, well, that's a couple of orders that have been in, you know, a couple of days. So, and you're not going to, your mugs and your stickers aren't going to go out of date. So, and you can make them yourself. So that's a lot easier. You can just make them bespoke.
Oh, about this as well. I made eyes for I have a little pig, salt and pepper.
Oh.
And so I made eyes for my thing.
There you go. Trademark those.
yeah, they are, you see.
Alex has got the face of don't encourage her.
There's no point. There's no point me doing any face of like don't encourage it. Encourage yourself. So he said to me, it's like yesterday, she went, "Can I buy a printer?" I was like,
"There's my lino cutting that I to do my
yeah,
my lino prints."
Perfect.
Just all the things,
all the things, ready to go. God,
but too much procrastination.
that is my procrastination. The merch is the procrastinate. I'm supposed to be writing, and yet instead I'm like, how can I make £1 out of selling condoms in a bag? Fucking brilliant.
You just go out to the teenagers that are on the swings. That's all you do.
And so what do you think about the human experience?
Have a condom.
I'll tell you what, if you could get that swing to stop squeaking.
And the bastards just make it squeak a bit more. There you go, you fucking old biddy.
You can have a haircut.
Have a haircut. Have a Chinese prisoner's haircut, and good luck to you. You now have to pass it around 7 people, and only then will the curse break. Brilliant.
Another script for you. There we go.
Sadako, but with a hair curtain. Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The fringe. Oh, man.
So Friday, cat testing. Got that one.
Yeah, cat testing, and cursed hair, and tiny things in a bag. Yeah.
And left the house and gym.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You can't really do quotation marks over audio, but
people can hear those. Don't worry about it.
Yes. We'll signpost
I did them earlier.
I know.
I forget it's an audio medium.
So we've reached the weekend, Miranda.
Oh God.
Party time.
Yeah.
I presume.
Yeah. If it's been a good week, then it's pubs on the Friday. But if not, then it's pubs on the Sunday. And weekend because I've sort of spent the whole week procrastinating. So what I tend to do for my weekend is then say, right, so next week I'm going to really knuckle down. I'm going to nail it. But in order to nail it, I need to have a clear mind. Tidy house, tidy mind. So this is when I do my hoovering. This is when I do the washing up. This is where I will change the bed sheets and the washing, and I will be Mary fucking Poppins. Do you think that's what I do?
I mean, I'm believing the gym story more now.
That's what goes through your head.
It goes through my head all weekend.
Spit spots.
Yeah, no, sometimes I manage it, and other times I just end up making lots and lots of lists for the stuff that I have to do. Yeah. So basically I think what we can take away from this whole podcast is that I am a miserable playground hating, Chinese hair buying, untidy cunt. Good.
That likes tiny
Who likes
things.
tiny, individually wrapped things.
Impulsive.
Annoyed by teenagers. I had a point. I've lost it completely. Just, as soon as I started speaking, it just went completely out of my head.
Sorry.
That's
I
annoying.
can't help you. I don't know.
No,
What
I know,
was.
I know.
Meow.
So sad. So sad.
Summarising.
But then, well, no, that was the thing. I mean, I guess you're kind of lucky because, you got all the, you say, like, you got to tidy up and everything. But do you, though?
No.
Do you really?
No.
Do you, though?
I know. This is the beauty of like living, the single life. I don't have to do anything. It is just me, and I try. My cat gets a bit angry at me, but
Well,
it's all right. I saved her from being cat food, so it's fine. But and sometimes I do sort of just think, I can just leave it. But I am of an age now where I do actually sort of quite like to take pride in things, and and that's what I sort of like to do.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's say before the pandemic, it's more of a case of people might come round any moment. People might come round, and I was like, I'm literally just tidying this for myself to make it messy again. That's always how I see it. I mean, when we moved to this new place, I was on top of it for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
But recently,
I think it was when we were told that we have to move again. We're like, no,
you got to move again.
Just lost the effort to.
Yeah, we got to move again in March.
Oh no,
we will miss it.
Oh.
We will miss it.
At least you had your time there.
Yeah, we had a lovely time.
Had a lovely time. Had a lovely time.
A lovely holiday here for 6 months. It's been lovely, actually. Yeah, really nice.
But because of that, like we do things like the same pile of washing has to go through the machine probably like 4 times because we keep forgetting to take it out the machine.
Yeah.
So you have to wash it again because it'll smell of damp. And I think it went through 4 times.
The last one did.
Yeah, the last one did.
I've got one of those I've got one of those smart meters which just like it came with the flats. And it just petrifies me now. So it's just like, even if my washing's gone off at like 2:00 in the morning, it's like, right, I'm going to take it out. I'm not going to put it back through again. Otherwise, it's going to cost me another 24p. It's going to push it into the red or something daft like that.
I can imagine.
So, God, they're a nuisance. But
it got to the point where all I had was the pair of pajamas I was wearing. I'm like, we have to get it out of the machine, Alex.
Again, we're not going anywhere.
That was my first 18 months of the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. Why change a good thing?
Yeah.
They're comfy.
Yeah. Then now when I take them off, they just stay in my shape.
Yes. You just walk into them now.
Yeah. Nothing like crinkly pajamas.
Wow.
Crinkly pajamas with my hair cut. Oh, delicious.
Has the cat pissed on him? No idea.
Let's go.
It's either her or me. Anyway, but so we did last week. When was wine then?
Wine would have been the Thursday night drunk wine.
Yeah, the Thursday night wine.
Thursday night.
What was
Zoom
last
wine
week? Was
club.
that pubs? When was the pub day?
The
Friday
pub would normally be a Friday or a Sunday or a Sunday.
So what was it last week?
It was.
You can't even remember.
Friday.
I think I double dutched it. I think
it was a lock-in.
I think I double dutched it and went and did the Thursday night Lonely Wine Club and the Friday pub, which is I only do very rarely. And then that means because then I'm like, right, well, that's my weekend. My whole weekend would just be. I just chill out, make sure I'm fine, ready for my Monday extravaganza of work. Which is my dust cloud of nothing.
It's a shame we're not covering this week as well, because I can imagine what it's like.
How productive you've been the last couple of days.
I'm just amazed you found the time for us.
I don't know what I do. I was just when you asked me to do this, I was just like, oh my God.
Well, that's the thing. We've found in this podcast the more, because initially it was going to be like just make it up.
More improv.
Yeah, more, and it's more an improv show.
Yeah.
This is the first 2 episodes. They are literally like that. But then it became because I think it might have been Darren Dutton who took it almost seriously, and he spoke about Greggs and stuff, and they got a Greggs in this shop he went in, and it was a Tesco he went in, and they had a Greggs inside it. Yeah. And inside the Greggs, they had a Costa Express, and it was almost like a babushka doll of shop. Yeah. And we found that the more mundane the subject, the better it is, because, you can just...
Well, we'll just latch onto things like moaning about children and...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just take it.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a bit nicer though, isn't it? Because we're all going through it, and it's just nicer to know that like you can be a massive star and still just be like, I just went to the shops, and then I went to the pub, and and that's it. So it is quite a nice sort of hug to know that you don't have to be that productive.
No.
To survive.
You have ticked all the boxes, absolutely, Miranda. Tell me, if you were to rate your week on a scale of up to whatever, what would you rate last week?
Do you know what? I think it's always contextual, because although I haven't been that productive, I think I've been a little productive in that I've done something for myself. I haven't had to go through a load of people to see if I can get something done, and like that sort of feeling of walking through treacle. I've gone, I want to do something, so I'll do it, and I did it, which is quite nice. And then I got some really good news about the Metro, which sort of feels like it's a bit more of a job security thing. And one of the reasons why I'm going to score this quite highly, though, is because for the 23rd year running, I haven't had to get a proper job.
That's an achievement.
I haven't had to go up at 9 o'clock, sit on a fucking shitty tube for an hour, pay £1,000 in, TFL charges, and for the honour of getting a fucking soggy Pret a Manger baguette for lunch. No, instead, I have wasted my week. I've done nothing, but I've done just enough to survive on a thrifty budget.
For another week.
For another week, and that is good enough for me. So I'm going to chart my week at 8.
Good for you. And you know what? It's nice, isn't it, not having that get up, do that, be there on time, do that.
And why are you late? I'm 10 minutes late. What is the fucking problem, really?
Yeah. Oh, did you leave your sandwich in your fridge? Yeah. I think this is going to be part of the new revolution of just people are realizing they don't have to sit in their shitty jobs, and they can work from home, and they can work various hours, and they, don't have to put up with shitty office managers or people micromanaging them, or having to pay 350 quid a week in travel for a horrible tube and or parking or whatever. It's just all going to be part of it, which is really exciting. But I'm also really, really worried, because I don't want them taking my shitty little job.
No one will take your job.
I don't.
No one. No one knows what it is.
You created such a niche.
Oh my god! I was speaking to this girl the other day, and she got a bit shitty with me. She was like, "I bet you don't even know what I do." I was like, "Love, I don't even know what I do." Don't worry about it. You're more than your job title.
I don't know what most of my friends do.
No.
I'm not interested in their jobs or their work.
There's so much more to be interested with people, whether they're funny or kind or, are there for you when you need, rather than like, oh yes, I'm an office manager of the human experience with the swings in East Finchley Playground. Well, if so, I've got words for you.
Yeah, they go, oh, hang on, yes, you.
You're the very person I need.
That'd be amazing if that was what your friend did. You're like, you have no idea what I do you? You're like, no, I don't care.
Those swings are my sole responsibility.
Just
You're
see.
like, I don't care. You missed that opportunity there. That was your sliding doors moment.
Oh, just at the end of the show, you just see her picking up WD-40 can and putting it in the bin. Oh, no.
Then tapping the swing, hearing it squeak, looking at your window and nodding. Adjusting the speaker, adjusting the speaker that's on there, where
Turn
the
the volume
comes
up
out
a little
of.
bit.
Turn the volume up.
Oh
man.
no!
Well, I mean, I'm going to wrap the podcast up, but thank you so much for coming on, Miranda.
Oh,
You've been an
thank
absolute
you.
joy. I knew you would be. I knew you would be.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so sorry if I've waffled on a bit.
Oh, no, that's great. No, that's great. Editing is a wonderful thing. Now,
you're like the only person who says that.
Have you got anything you would like to promote, boast about, confess?
Anything more you want
anything
to
more?
know?
Anything more? If we are, I don't know when this is going out, but the
Soon.
new
soon.
So all the socials for the thing won't be up, but just look out for the smut drop from metro.co.uk. That's going to be the podcast. Or if you do, you can go and still download Slaving Away. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. I won't get any money for that. Or if you are a plus size party animal, come to Club Indulge. Yay!
Oh, that's why you didn't tell me. I'm not a party animal.
No, exactly.
You will be when we're finished with you. Don't worry about it.
Alex says that there's video of. Have you been to a Coyote Ugly?
No.
We went to a Coyote Ugly in Denver, in Colorado, and we don't drink often. I think this was the only time we drank on this holiday.
Yeah.
And there's the bar staff, like the ladies, they get up onto the bar. It's a big wide bar because they dance. Like certain songs come on and they have routines, or they just get up and dance. And so that you got a shot of one of these ladies dancing on the bar. It pans down to me sitting at the bar. Emi, are you gonna get up there and dance? No. The next scene is me up there. I've somehow managed to get my ass up there and dancing on the bar, trying to write the word penis with my bum.
Yes.
That's what the challenge was.
That's what the challenge was. Yeah. You spelled it wrong, but
I'm just peer pressure, I give in very quick.
See, come on down. You should come down for a club night. You'll love it. It's great fun. It's just
absolutely.
we all just end up drinking and chatting. It's not like, oh, let's go fucking mental. It's just nice to have somewhere where you don't feel like you're the odd one out, like
and I think that is part of the reason I'm not a party animal. Is like when you're the only big person or something, especially female. Yeah. And I don't wear makeup and stuff or anything. I don't try and make myself look better for others or anything like that. And so I hate men looking at me.
Yeah.
Judgy. Don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the same as everyone that comes. They're just like, we just don't go out. We come here, but we don't go out because it is just so judgmental. It's not just that, it can be, women are a lot better, but men can just be horrible and just, it can be really, creepy. So we're in like a little kind of shitty Wetherspoons kind of type pub. It's just about sitting down, drinking, having a chat. Like there is a DJ and stuff, but mainly it's just that sort of space to feel like you're out, but to not feel like you have to be anyone or do anything, so
just be normal and accepted like everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Just have a dance if you want to, so I'm on my sales pitch again, but I'm really proud. It's just because I'm really proud of it, and it's so nice, the sort of stories that you hear from the women that have come, and like people are opening their own businesses now, and like I said, like starting families and everything, and it's just like a nice little little achievement
to be proud of.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's fuck all else going on in my life. So I've got to have fun.
Well, thank you so much, Miranda, for doing the podcast.
Thank you.
And so my thanks to Miranda Kane, my thanks to Emi Weber. Anything to add?
No.
Good. So that was the week that was it? Goodbye.